Okay, station ID.
I just went live. Waiting on you.
Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Back here where we need ya. Cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back, everybody, to Lunch with Laz and Jack. I am Jack, and the main man is not there. It's Laz. Where'd you go, Laz? Where did you go?
Main man's here.
Oh, Casey! I love you, Casey. Did you make any cupcakes this week?
Not this week. I give them a break here and there, at least. Can't make them all too terribly fat, just enough sugar to get them motivated.
Okay, just enough to put them into a mild coma?
Yep.
Alrighty.
Well, welcome back, Laz. I'm glad you can make it.
I put the mic on open, and of course, when we did the intro locked me up.
Okay.
We got to use the workaround I was just talking about. But anyway.
We missed you the other day, Casey.
Welcome to the show, Casey. How you doing today?
I'm doing alright. Everybody always misses me.
I know.
Yeah,
you bring cupcakes. I
Today
wonder...
is Wednesday, November 18th for everybody out there. And Jack, what does that mean? Can you tell the good folks?
Later on today, depending on whether or not when the AC repair guy shows up at my house, I will be taking a drive over to Portalarium to drop off some beer, probably. Now, I can't say when I'm going to do that, or even if it's going to be today. All depends on whether or not when a repair person shows up at my house. But after that's done,
talking about a little something more interesting to the good folks out there than your repair guy coming.
Oh, are you talking about what's going to happen tomorrow with a little update? The one that's in the official forums with the instructions? That one?
That one.
Oh.
With the release 24 updates for everybody out there.
The release 24 instructions are there. Yes, this.
Right. All sorts of new goodies for everybody. Now, again, I've said it a couple times this week just because it's a good laugh. This was supposed to be a polish release, and they derailed that and just made this a.
I like the fact that
release.
Performance and polish was delayed. While we did some polish tasks and a few optimizations, we chose to focus on the release of new content and features. We definitely know that we still need more polish and performance, but we chose not to focus on it just yet for all the reasons mentioned above, which I think is hilarious because we knew that something was going to happen. We already knew that there was going to be 4 additional scenes added on to the game, but what ends up really happening is that, you know what, they need to ramp up the development as far as the scenes, and they're going to eventually probably have to spend a couple months just doing complete polish, and they'll probably do that as soon as the game goes alpha. I don't know whether or not that's the case, but I hope it is.
Well, all I know is it was supposed to be polish, and we got content.
Yeah,
And
I'm not
we never
complaining.
complain with content.
Yeah, I mean, the exterior of Hilt, that is, Nightshade Pass is going to be fabulous. I mean, I played around on it on the QA server a little bit. I don't know if you have.
Awesome.
Yeah, it is
It's
beautiful.
awesome. The graphics are awesome. It's a little tougher than your normal scene. You will be pounded upon as you traverse through the scene.
That's
But
the one that Scott built, right?
yes,
Yes,
that was
it
the one
is.
he was showing us there, Casey. Were you there when he was? We set up the new office and he got his computer set up and gave us like the half-hour, 45-minute tour of what he is working on there before he passed it off.
Unfortunately, I'd left before that.
It's the one that's been in the
Okay.
weekly updates the last couple of weeks. It is absolutely
I've been
stunning.
watching it.
Yeah, it is stunning. The monstrosity that is the architecture of the obsidians. I mean, you can actually go play around on top of those. Although,
Look at that, flying overhead. Sky NBNN.
you're gonna talk about that little distraction, the little blimp.
Oh, it's flying across the screen right now.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not watching your stream right now, so I gotta go find that again. Where is your stream in all my tabs?
You better catch it really quick.
Yeah, I'm really missing it. Yep, I missed it.
We'll do it again for you real quick.
Yeah, so I mean, the things that they're doing with the game are absolutely astounding. Considering we've got, oh yeah, I see you dragging the picture around. That's pretty funny.
Having a little fun with it. Thanks to Jacob White for that one. Jacob did a little job of making Sky NBNN the first news balloon. He was thinking helicopters, but we don't have helicopters.
Yeah, he could have done the airship as well. That would have worked just as well.
I've been wanting to ask them about it, but again, I don't want to bother them for little details like that. I figure it'll come eventually. Yeah, let's show everybody the bigger picture of that real quick. Get this out of our system.
I already did. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know.
That's because you watch my stream. I don't watch yours, so I'm such a bad friend.
Yeah, such a bad friend and partner, I tell you.
I know. I don't remind you to, hey, I need to be in your ears, not through your speakers. I don't remind you of all kinds of things. So, Casey, how are you doing?
But he does bring us updates, and that's why we love him.
I'm
And
doing
of course,
good.
you and Casey bring beer and cupcakes.
Yeah, well, Casey's a little mad at me because I keep on snubbing him for something, and this isn't something that I've even told you about it. But Casey kind of wants to join us.
Casey's already joined us. He just doesn't know it yet. We haven't officially told him.
Oh, okay. See, yeah, so he thinks that we've been snubbing him.
Oh, well, no way. We joke about him every day when he's not here. We joke about him when he's here. And, of course, while it is a debilitating thing that he's got, we joke about it only because he makes light of it and pokes fun at himself about his memory. So when he's not here, we joke about the fact that he maybe forgot to even come to the show today, or whether he's been to the show at any given day. And when he does
Or if
make
I
it,
passed out or
yeah.
don't know where I am. So y'all can joke about it. It's all right. It's in light. It's in good heart. So.
But yes, Casey's. I consider Casey, but Casey's got a guild affiliation, so Casey can't officially join NBNN as a character unless he's got an alternate character to join. And of course, Casey, if you ever want to stream, all you got to do is say the word, and I'll give you the keys. I'll let you open up the shop and come in and stream while the 24-hour loop is running when we're not doing our shows. And that offer goes out to anybody out there these days. We are opening up. Let's get back to the newsletter and the update.
One thing on that, I actually have a video of a story from Richard that I need to get from Winfield to you guys.
Which story? Because I may or may not have it.
It's the one, I believe it's the one where he was talking about children being eaten. And then
Oh,
the virtues.
yeah.
Oh, always great stories, and can't wait to see and eat children here in Shrouded Avatar. Children's pie.
Yeah, that story he's told many, many times, and so there's iterations of it all over the place.
What was it? The story where the employee refused to put the thing in the game, and they had to release a patch with the game.
The employee almost quit, but I think most of it's going to be the virtues, where he was talking about the virtue symbol that they put on the hats from the hat quest and other symbols in the game.
Yeah,
Jack, do you realize that you're not on camera today?
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Okay, just
okay, didn't mean to derail that, but the newsletter.
It's okay.
Yeah, we derail the train every day here. You know that. You help do it most days.
Oh, yep.
I'll tell you what. You got any new tunes you can play while we start going into the newsletter? By any chance?
Absolutely.
Play
Give
some
us a little
Skinner.
musical interlude. Free bird, free bird. And Seamus McGinnis stopping by today.
Yep.
How are you, Seamus?
So, let's see. Release 24 was supposed to be a short release where we didn't add very much content and we focused almost entirely on fixing bugs, polishing content, and optimizing performance. That is not what happened. Instead, we ended up delivering a lot of new content and delaying most of the polish and performance work we had originally planned. A big part of why we did this was because we started working on our alpha punch list while we were finishing R23. This list, of course, contained all of the systems and pledge rewards we wanted to have complete by alpha, and was mainly fed from our Kickstarter goals. Once we had that list, we looked at what items we could get in place quickly and realized there are a few that could happen as soon as R24, including localization, more story maps, guild housing, clockwork pets, talking mirror, and extensions to the weather system. This just opened the floodgates, and R24 quickly became a tide of new content and with multiple scenes. A pickpocket skill for the subterfuge, combat tree, more musical instruments, mystery boxes, snowball throwing, NPC renaming, pets, vendors, etc., and more feminine clothing options. So the bodice is considered the feminine clothing options. So you can either wear one of two dresses, or you can wear a bodice. I like the way these guys think occasionally, although some women may not agree with it, or even some men. We are incredibly excited to share all this new content with you, but we do not know that we will still have a lot of performance and polish to do before we are ready to launch next year. So officially stating ready to launch next year. In the meantime, however, enjoy the new content and give us your feedback.
Don't lawyer me, bro.
Yeah, there is no don't lawyer me, bro, there. Okay.
Expected an update.
Yeah. I'm looking for things that are actually worthy of reading. But let's go ahead and get down to the story. The story continues to extend.
Yes, let's talk about the story.
Yeah. Additionally, a handful of new towns will appear beyond the... Additionally, a new town, instead of a handful of, it's a new town, will appear beyond the perennial coast that includes story quests. And that's the town of Exeter. So
Exeter is quite the interesting town as well. I had a chance to take a peek at that.
Yes. I used to be there until I had to zone to my house. So let's see. We've got Hilt Interior is delayed. We do know that Scotty is working on building that out, and that's where we were talking the other day about the crafting of obsidian chips inside of the interior of Hilt in the very bowels. So since that is a control point, there's a lot of tech issues that they have to work with.
Yeah, now there's a lot of information that you've gotten recently about being down in the bowels of Hilt.
Oh yeah, I mean the fact that the person crafting will actually end up standing in a stream of energy that does damage, so they will need a person healing them while they're trying to craft. And then, since there's also a control point right there, you will need other people defending you as you try to craft. And then from there, you're going to have lots and lots of fun, because you're pretty much going to die in there repeatedly. And whether or not they actually have any kind of resurrection shrine would also add a degree of difficulty as well. So that will actually make it really entertaining. I don't think they should actually allow a resurrection within the control point, so other than people casting the spell. So you'll probably need a couple of dedicated healers.
Now, Casey, did you ever start playing, or did you?
Yes, he did.
Me?
No, that was Casey on the piano.
I don't hear anything.
Well, he stopped playing, so he finished the song, but he was playing earlier.
Ah, okay.
I'm playing right now. You don't hear it?
No, I do not hear anything right now.
Do not hear you. Now, all sorts of new animals. A couple new pets that you can buy. Add-ons that promised, like the Noble's Magical Discourse Orb is coming in.
Yep, so now you'll have the Noble chat channel that works across the Shroud.
Mirror.
Yes.
Another one of those things. Oh yeah, is Radio Free Britannia is coming in. And
Never heard of it.
You can listen to us. Never heard of it. I know. Nobody's ever heard of it. Is you can listen to Lunch with Laz and Jack every day on RadioFreeBritannia.com. And coming tomorrow, you will be able to listen to us live in-game on your ether vibration amplifiers. Or as the official Gump reads, ether vibration device. Or ether amplifier device. I know it doesn't say ether vibration amplifier.
The in-game radio. We'll just call it that.
Yes. There we go. Now we can hear Casey.
Wait, you can hear him playing now? I can't hear him playing.
I can.
I hear the game music.
Now, something happens there, and I don't quite know what it is, because the game music will kick in over player-played music, and then vice versa. And what's that?
Even if you have it turned all the way down?
No, it's really weird. And again, we're in pre-alpha. Don't forget that out there, folks. We are in pre-alpha here in Shroud and Avatar, and there are things that get a little wonky at times. Sometimes I've noticed, if you'll be listening and playing music, it'll mute your sound, your regular music, game music sound, and you can hear it in your ear. If you're paying attention to it, you'll hear it click off. And then when you play and you finish playing, if you don't play something within several seconds afterwards, you'll hear the regular music click back on, if you've got some sensitive earphones or speakers.
I can now hear Casey playing again. He's playing some
one of the favorite things that I've seen out there, and I saw this earlier as I'm browsing through, is loot polish. They did polish the loot. They did get out the old dirty cloth and buff the loot for us, as it may be.
Okay, you do realize that we have yet not talked about the Mariah Overlook or the Brittany Outlander Graveyard as well.
I know that, and we'll get into the quest there. Come on, Rock.
What was that for?
That's my dog. My mother's dog.
Okay.
He goes out with the other dog, and then he gets stuck out there because he won't come through the damn door. He's got his own door, for crying out loud. But yes, we've maybe mentioned new scenes. We mentioned all sorts of stuff. There's so much stuff to cover here. And of course, we're never going to cover it all right now. But go ahead and tell the good folks about those two things while I step away for 30 seconds and take care of this little problem I've got here.
So, besides the town of Exeter, or the city of Exeter, we also have Overlook, that is nestled in the Moriah Mountains. And that is where you're going to end up with the Mummers Festival, but that is decayed. And so it's the Mummers Parade is a ghost of its former glory. Brutal satyrs now patrol the aged streets, the cages that were once home to trained animals now imprisoned slaves waiting to be sold to the highest bidder, and wild beasts slaughter any visitor to the once grand amphitheater. And then you have the Brittany Outlander Graveyard, which is going to be... the Outlander Graveyard is the first wave of Outlanders who were not immortals like we are, because we can be resurrected at the Onks. Instead, these guys died once and then they're gone. And in a future release, those gravestones will contain the names that ancestor and above backers choose to represent their ancestors. But for now, these gravestones are blank. So eventually, that's going to be one of those pledge rewards for the ancestors and above pledges. So that will be actually kind of interesting. You can put whatever name you want on there. I'll probably put my real name in there somewhere.
My ancestor was sucks to be you.
Yes.
Oh, there you
go. You need to get that in there.
There you go, Casey.
Yeah. Casey, sucks to be you, cupcakes. Yes. Then they did do some polish.
Do you remember on which date Sucks TBU ceased to exist in this realm?
No.
That would be an interesting one.
I need to look it up.
Now, Casey, we can't see you performing behind Jack's chair there, but we can hear you, so that's at least a good thing.
Well, it's okay because that monitor capture puts it right in the middle of the screen. So let's see, what other things do we have? We do have some polish that was done with North Grunwald Barrens and Ardoris. They placed the Ardoris Lighthouse in the bay. I don't know what the point of that is, but there's now a lighthouse in the middle of the bay. Localization, they are going to be soliciting the crowdsourcing for localization, so you can help translate the game to German, French, or Spanish via the Get Localization website. And you also have now the option for choosing which language, and it's all going to be English until things are translated. Weather. I don't know about you. How do you feel about the weather forecast? I mean, it's coming up on Monday pretty soon, and it's supposed to be raining.
Hold on, let me let's send out Sky NBNN. Sky MDNN looks like Monday is going to be overcast and rainy for all you folks out there in Britannia. But looking over the horizon, looks like things may be clearing up and weather patterns may be changing here in the New Worlds, thanks to the El Nino effect here in New Britannia. Looks like rain is not going to be the only effect that you see out there in the world. We will see snow, we will see wind. We'll see.
Yes. So in release,
great stuff.
Yeah, in release 24, we're going to end up with varied weather that varies constantly and has seasonal tendencies. Summer and autumn are generally drier, while autumn and I think they messed that up. Summer and autumn are generally drier, while autumn and winter are generally windier. I think there should be spring in there somewhere. Maybe they'll figure it out.
Well, maybe it's in, and they're just telling you what's going to be drier and what's going to be wetter.
So that means that the spring and summer will be wetter and very, very calm winds in spring and summer.
Great for harvesting worms.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. We need rain for worms. Weather also varies based on location, so snowy scenes will have the same variable weather, but precipitation will show up as snow instead of rain. So the currently supported types of weather are clear, light clouds, light precipitation, heavy precipitation, and storm. So maybe we will actually have some whiteouts in game. That would be actually kind of cool.
That would be pretty cool.
Yes.
Now, tying in with that and fishing, fishing will now have time of day, with the weather and day and all that good stuff, and hopefully we'll see seasonal fishing coming in next release to tie in with that.
Yeah, don't forget the fishing hotspots that I told you about yesterday, where if you
have been in.
If you look for bubbling water, then that is a fishing hotspot. So generally, if you know anything about fishing, the best time to fish is at dawn. The next best time to fish is at dusk. So keep that in mind, because that will be the same thing as in-game. And when I mentioned that at the Austin player gathering, someone said, "Don't spoil the secret." It's like, who really doesn't know that much about fishing?
I was going to tell folks that if they go down to our Doris docks, down where the, what is the name of the guy, the boat guy?
Chuck.
No. You know what I'm talking about. The Doris, there's a name for them.
The boatman?
The boatman? Is that what it is? Boat guy, boatman? Okay, I was close. You go down to the docks there, and you'll see an example of a fishing hotspot. On the water. It's pretty easy to spot. Not too hard, but once you know what to look for, you'll be able to find those fishing hotspots throughout the world. So if you want a good, easy example, that's where you'll find one. Otherwise, you'll just have to figure that one out for yourself, what it looks like.
Yeah. And next release, you have to beware of Lord British, especially if you are PvP flagged, because he will try to pick your pockets. So
yes, he was trying to do that the other day, but we weren't in a PvPs. Now, I hadn't seen that. Is that in here?
What, pickpocketing? It is under combat. This is a new high-tier skill in the Subterfuge School of Combat. The user does not have to be in stealth, but it can help and take several seconds to execute. If the pickpocket attempt is successful, then the thief is able to obtain items via the same rule as ransom, except the thief's name is hidden. If unsuccessful, nothing happens. If the thief is caught in the act, then he is stunned for an extended period of time. To catch a pickpocket, all you have to do is target the thief while he or she is in the act. The thief and victim will both be flagged, must both be flagged for PvP or inside an open PvP zone or in guilds at war with each other. The latter will come online with good guild warfare.
I read that one line a little wrong, or at least I interpreted it wrong. I thought you had to always be in a PvP zone. So that's not true.
Just flagged PvP.
Yeah, gotcha. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Who is that lurking around out in front there? I don't know. Whoever it was just a passerby.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think my allergies are not cooperating with me right now. Something's going on. I don't know what.
Yeah, I know.
So
like he was being assimilated.
So let's see. Undead immunities. Undead are now immune to spells and skills that rely on living targets. Rend and life, drain life, etc. That is going to be problematic for me, because how the fuck do you kill a ghost?
Yeah, life doesn't do it no more. Yeah,
banish
you're right.
undead.
Yeah, banish undead.
Yeah, but
they're not affected by poison either.
Yeah, but
I never understood how a sword was supposed to affect a ghost, since it should just slice right through them.
It depends on whether or not you have a magic sword. If we go back to D&D rules, magic swords hit ghosts. Yeah.
We have no such swords yet in the realm.
You don't, but I do.
Oh, yeah, I'm not talking about that thing in your pants.
Oh, yeah.
Never mind.
This kills ghosts.
Your ghost killer. Your flaming halberd. Smelling salts will only clear 5 seconds worth of stun. There are some long duration stuns, like the one applied when a thief is caught in the act. So combat skills. Previously, combat skills were exclusively using the base weapon skill for the level to hit, roll, and the actual skill level of the skill for the effectiveness of damage. Since many players were immediately leveling up their base skills with auto attack, this gave the illusion that the base attack skills were significantly more effective than the actual skills. Going forward, for both to-hit roll and the effectiveness, it will use the average of the level of the associate base skill and the specific skill. So if you have a rend of 20 and a bladed skill of 80, it will have a to-hit and damage roll based on skill value of 80 plus 20 divided by 2 equals 50. So 50% chance to hit.
Interesting math stuffs.
Yeah, so that's going to make leveling up some things kind of a pain, but eventually will work out. Attunement will now show a much larger effect. Previously, having 100 more attunement than your target would generate about 50% greater results. For R21, that will now generate 125% greater results. The chance to break root by using jump has been increased and is now based on the strength of the victim. So if you have high strength, then you can jump. So maybe everybody's going to start wearing critted gear again. And then let's see.
I think that's just based on time, of course. Everybody didn't have millions this time around to start to buy those 100,000 gold critted suits of armor.
Yep. Nor the resource gathering skills to collect everything. Then we've got some fixes to critical hits, healing grace, break weapon, thrust, chain lightning, sigil fixes, ransom proofing,
which is another good one for most people out there. They'll be happy to hear about ransom proofing.
Yeah, items obtained through quests, add-on store purchases, and pledge purchases are no longer available as ransom loot, so it's noobified gear.
Everybody's going to be running around with their newbie gear in PvP mode.
Blessed.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if I agree with the ransom proofing, because the ransom isn't insanely expensive as it is. It's only the in-game cost of the weapon. So the highest ransom that I've seen is like 300 gold, maybe 400, 500, 1,400. That's still not an insane amount.
Yeah, say you just happen to take down your $700 airship, and you decided to move it, and you're running someplace, and you're PvP, and somebody kills you and takes your $700 prize. How would you feel about that if you can't get that back?
You mean you can't borrow like 500 gold from someone to get it back?
Do not know what the price on $700. Well, let's find out. I can do that right now, as a matter of fact. Let's find out what the price for a vendor on an airship is.
Yeah.
Because all these houses do. Do I have the airship on me? Let me see.
I have no idea.
I do. Now, see, in my inventory, it reads 0 gold. Let's go over to a vendor real quick. And if I go put it on my vendor, it puts a price stamp of 10,000 gold on it.
Okay, so
your ransom for loot on that.
Your ransom for that would be like 7,500 gold.
Okay, well, most people ain't going to be running around with heck.
That's more than gold that I have.
Okay, least, but you've got
we're talking average player.
You've got 24 hours
running around.
Yeah, the average player isn't going to be running around with that.
Running around with a $700 airship either.
Yeah, so it's like, even though that $7,500 is a possible loss, it's, think of like early UO with like stealing someone's house by taking their house key and then going and changing the locks. I don't know if you remember that, but it's like there's always a possibility of doing that.
You know, I never did that. Never thought that. I never thought about that. I know people would steal keys and break into houses and loot all their chests. I never thought if they had the house key, they could change all the locks and steal the whole house. The house would still retain ownership on the...
No. Early on, it was actually based off the house key. And
okay.
Yeah, that's when they started changing some of those policies. But
because it went to the house sign, and then the house sign, you could reassign your keys and remake keys and do all that good stuff from the house sign. That's the way I remembered it.
Yeah.
So it was a little before my time then.
But like some of that, it's like the ransom proofing. It's like if you have the option of getting it back, it's like, you know what? It's like, let's go ahead and put it in game. I'd like to see someone try to ransom off my castle deed.
When did you get a castle deed?
I didn't.
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
I'm just using it as an example. Yeah, no. I am not Lord of the Manor. No.
Castle deed?
Yeah, no, I do not have a rent-free castle deed. Let's see. Tamed creature resurrection timer. This has been increased from 1 to 5 minutes, so hopefully you can wait at least 5 minutes before resurrecting your dead summon.
Yeah, new water. Now the instruments, they've actually announced the addition of the other instruments. I didn't know if they were going to make it in. But the tabor drum and the harp are apparently going to make an appearance tomorrow in game.
Drum circle.
Yes, we can have our drum circles in game.
This is going to make the idea of the band even more plausible, Ashmall, if you're watching out there.
Now
everywhere rejoice.
We just need some more cowbell.
Yes, more cowbell. We need more cowbell.
And a hacky sack.
Need more cowbell. Absolutely.
Let's see, what else do we have? What else do we have in this? Remember, you can always look at this stuff on the Shroud of the Avatar website. It is there. We do have new water. They're going to be experimenting with river water in Owl's Head, so that's always cool, so we can play around. If you walk and swim through water, it now creates some splashes, which will be improved over time. Remember, this is the first iteration of it, and they will improve it. So creatures, besides clockwork dogs and cats, horses and foals, herds of Palomino Bay and blanket horses, along with their foals, have been spotted in Novia. Let's see. Donkeys. We're going to have donkeys in game?
I've seen some examples. You probably have, too.
Yeah, I have.
You seen the foals and stuff?
Yep.
Awful and pretty for those tamers out there.
I didn't see that in the add-on store. I saw the white reindeer. I didn't see the white turkey.
Probably not in with the addition of a couple of the other instruments. I didn't see those either, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Didn't spend the whole time. Let me go take a look now again.
Earlier today, I may have actually bought something off the add-on store for the ripe price of $0.
Oh?
Yes. I may have actually got it. I don't know whether or not, because they were changing the price from $5 to $0 to $10.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, so I may I may actually have something from the add-on store that was valued temporarily at $0.
Did you check your list?
It's in my list, but I can't display that.
Oh, okay. It's not on the store yet.
Well, it is on the store, but it's on my account that has everything.
Ah, okay. So what does the price read there? Does it read 0?
Yes, it does.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, hold on. Actually, I think I know of a way I can just increase the font to where it really
shows the one line. You just highlight it, yeah.
If you had an Apple, you could just screenshot that section.
Well, if you saw that section on my computer, you'd be like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, you don't want to see the list that Jack's got.
Okay, so if you look at my screen, you will see 2015 holiday wreath for $0. So I may or may not have it at $0.
Bug report already submitted. Don't worry.
Well, they changed it shortly after that to $10.
That's funny.
So I will contact Dallas on my own when I see him later today and ask him whether or not that was do I get to keep it at that $0 or do I have to pay the $10? So if you're really, really lucky, if I'm really, really lucky, I get to keep it at the $0, and I will have the rarest of the rare holiday wreaths.
I think they should charge you double just for that.
No,
that would be cool. And of course, they're pretty cool about that. And we do get to again sit down. Last night, I shot off another email to Justin and the guys down there, and says, "Hey man, radio station." Starr goes, "Put it in the bug forums for me, please." Specifically, blah, blah, blah. Put it there, and of course I got up this morning, and you saw the replies. You're on that email.
Yeah. Already fixed. Yep. Let's see. Where was I in this email?
Oh, I don't know.
Here, this thing, mystery boxes.
I was going to say, let's just jump right to mystery boxes because all these pets are just pets, and we can cover that tomorrow, and we can show them to folks right here in the studio, live in game.
So mystery boxes.
Mystery boxes are working. I like this. I have to go in. There's still no patch. I'm waiting for the patch to go play with this stuff.
Yeah. So I missed it. I do not have the cornucopia yet, so I have yet to buy it. Nor do I do have the Artisan's Blocks of Plenty, and I have the original Snowball box.
You do not have?
Wait, you have a cornucopia?
I think I've got 2 of them.
The original cornucopia?
Yes, it came with that account I bought.
Oh, okay, that's why. Yeah.
Okay, came with the account that the goodies on it.
Yeah.
So yes, I have the original.
So you actually have a cornucopia that I do not have. So there are a few things in game that I do not have, and
you know what? I think I have 2. I can sell you one real cheap.
I will never have it. Damn.
Oh, don't say that. I'm sure you could probably make a trade with somebody in one of the other stores eventually, if you so wished.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. But
yeah, neither am I.
The cornucopia there will be a new one in game in the add-on store soon, as well as there currently already is the 2015 Snowball box. So that is already there.
You're going to be able to throw snowballs.
Yes, you are.
Throwing snowballs at your players. Each box will create 50 snowballs that you can pick up and throw at your friends and, I guess, enemies. And that's 50 per season, is it? Let's see. It's 50 snowballs regenerate annually during the Earth holiday season. Now, they don't say whether it regenerates throughout the season or whether it just puts 50 in. Once you throw your 50, you're done.
I think it's just 50.
The throwing snowballs is not an emote. Please note, throwing snowballs is not an emote.
It'd be funny if you had to be PvP flagged for it.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Yeah, that would be really funny. But you can now rename your NPCs, which is always cool.
I hope they stick. I've been playing with that for the last week. And their names and leave a scene. They were changing back to defaults.
Okay.
So again, I'm waiting to see. But yes, they can be renamed. I've already got names for my NPCs, at least the ones here. I bet you'll never guess what the vendors' names are going to be.
So, I don't know if you paid attention to this, but crafting table properties. Crafting tables can now have properties. Quality, location, and calendar associated with them that factor into crafting results. For Release 24, quality will be implemented. For now, crafting tables currently placed in the world will be the lowest quality, but over time expect to see this varied based on the size of the location. tables in Ardoris will be a higher quality than tables in Soul Town, for example. So the crafting table
those are
properties, which includes the founder expert crafting stations. Yeah.
Let's step back there. Now they're talking public crafting tables here.
Yes, public crafting tables.
Not the ones that everybody's going to be getting before we get a million people flooding us today and tomorrow with, what do you mean if I place mine in my town it's not... No. We're just talking public crafting tables here.
Well, the public crafting tables, as well as the ones that are bought in the store, will be the lowest quality. The expert crafting stations, I think you'll have to craft and probably end up with a crit hit. So eventually we're actually going to have to craft our crafting stations.
Okay, well, let's get on to the Founders Expert Crafting Stations, which I know lots of people have been waiting for. I wanted to just make a differentiation between the two folks, so that people don't go, location, well, my town's only a holdfast.
Yeah.
No, this only is the public tables. Now, on to the Founders Expert Crafting Stations.
Ooh. They will have the founder symbol on them telling you that they are expert level. Yay!
Pick one of many features. So for now, we are awarding all of these with the lowest pledge. Okay.
So if you pay attention to the pledge rewards, it says like you are able to pick one of the crafting stations. So right now they're just going, if you have a pledge that's high enough level to receive crafting stations, you're going to get all of the crafting stations. But eventually it's going to be, you're limited to the number of crafting stations that you have. So the higher the pledge level you have, the better crafting and more crafting stations that you can receive.
So the folks who only got one or two are going to get them all
That's
to
correct.
play with tomorrow.
Yes.
Until they flesh that out in later releases. Very nice. So everybody will get to play with those. So a little bonus for you folks out there who only got one or two crafting tables, you're going to get to play with them all. Recipe difficulty going along with that. Pass through the weapons and armors and enchantment recipes to assign varying difficulties to them. And that's going to get another difficulty pass in R25 and R26. We already covered fishing time of the day. I tried to get to this one earlier, loot polish, but we derailed on that one. And they did things like added reagents to enemy mages and feathers to chickens and phoenixes.
But I mean, at the same time, most the only way to get gold is by selling things. Most of the mobs will not have gold on them, so you don't expect to go out and kill a bear and recover 25 gold somehow. Just because that doesn't fit within the pseudo-realism that Richard Garriott envisions.
You get the hides, and then you take the hides, and you can either sell them as they are, or you can process them to make a little bit more money.
That is right. So gold is going to be a little bit rarer than it is in other games.
Now, new emotes into the game. Everybody
Lord
been waiting,
British Salute.
For the Lord British Salute from the end of Summer Telethon. And I know many people out there, especially some of the girls, are going to love the new... causes the avatar to lean in slightly and pucker their lips. And then, of course, this one's for Jen, the taunt emote.
Yes, Sienna Thorne in-game convinced Bryn that one of the emotes needed to be changed, and the taunt emote is... I don't really feel like putting on my webcam right now, so I can't do it. It's put your thumbs in your ears with your hands sticking up, stick out your tongue, and wiggle your fingers. That will be the taunt emote. That's right.
And I did it for the folks on camera briefly, so if you all were watching. If not, you all missed it.
Yep. So the Noble's Magical Discourse Orb, we've already talked about. Dreadfully Despised, hanging out in my channel again?
Yeah, just I'm looking over briefly, and I just happened to catch his name. We were talking about him yesterday. I hadn't seen him around.
Yeah, he's been around. He's been working hardly working. Yep.
I always got to give him a shout-out, just to let him know that we know he's there.
Yeah, we love DD.
He's not talking about naked sheep messing around or anything like that. So
He wasn't here for that conversation, so I thought you would want to let the sheep live on. So, besides the tuning to Radio Free Britannia, you can also play around with your talking mirror. I Need My Castle wall set. The large walls seen around Duke and Castle lots are now available as a placed set like other fences and walls. Dukes and Lords of the Manors comes with a set large enough to surround their lots. A different variation can be purchased as a set big enough to surround a town lot in the add-on store. Oh,
but not
man.
for our keep lots.
So which means I need to buy 2 town lots in order to surround a keep lot, or 4 town lots size to surround a castle. Yes.
I don't know about that because each one would have 4 corners, wouldn't it?
Well, I mean, you buy the lot sets just to you can discard the corners, but
that
should be
make sense.
It should be.
Why should we? Well, I'm just going to state it. They should have one for castle. They should have one for keep. That has enough to cover that. I'm sure those of us who own castles and keeps wouldn't mind paying that premium, so that we don't have to buy 2 sets and have 4 extra corners that we're never going to use.
Well, Laz, you missed the part where it says that we already get 1 set, and then there's another set that can be purchased from the store. Now, what I think is that they should actually increase the size to the city size lot, because that's the maximum size lot that a player can purchase.
That can purchase in game.
I have to. It's like 3 of everything, so it's okay.
No, that's Jack. See, you all mistake us. See, everybody thinks that I'm the guy who spends more money in the add-on store. I don't spend nearly half as much as Jack does.
Hey, no, I got 5 things for $0 today.
How many air balloons did you buy?
More than 1.
Let's just say I bought more than 2.
You did? Congratulations.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I took the leap this time.
Okay.
Anyway,
so
hot air balloon. You can climb to your basket.
Yep.
Of these wondrous devices and get a spectacular view. These are not. How was it put in that other post of the
NBNN post?
Yeah, the NBNN Sky NBNN post. How was it put by Starr? I'm looking for it here real quick.
Oh, Starr's quotes.
Yeah, that's the one.
Let's see. It has to be transportation as soon as possible. It gives so many capabilities, so many possibilities. Just imagine. Or it is a decoration, does not replace house. Might be transportation in future episodes, but not guaranteed.
It's a decoration. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Now, I'm curious to see, and again, I hope maybe we can play with it later on today if there's a patch out for the QA. I want to see how much space it takes up, how big, all that good stuff. I mean, can you place it on a rollout as decoration? There ain't a lot of room to do that. I can just see this now, rollouts, balloons, just rows and balloons hanging on rollouts. So we're gonna have to find that out for the good folks out there, and we'll let them know tomorrow. Meanwhile, man, we're running short on time here, Jack. It's about 5 minutes till.
Oh, jeez, I haven't even.
I know.
We haven't even.
No, we haven't covered half of what we want to cover, but of course we know that's the part of the game we play here.
I know. It's like, oh man, we got through most of it.
One of the biggest rules in broadcasting is always leave them wanting more.
Yeah.
You gotta leave them wanting to come back and find out more information. So tune in tomorrow, folks, and we get to show you a lot of this stuff.
Oh yeah.
Live and in person. You want to cover that real quick? You got the towns. You want to just list off those towns before we go to the calendar?
Well, I'm already staring at the calendar.
I see. Okay, I'm still looking at your.
Yeah. You have to remember that 30-second delay. So.
I know.
Yep. What I don't see on the calendar for today is going to be the normal party till it's over, which normally happens on the day
End of
before.
world party.
Yeah, I don't see that. It may not be there.
There will be one.
Yeah, but today, since it is Wednesday, November 18th in-game and in the real world, remember all times are New Britannian time, which is Central Standard Time in the United States, so keep that in mind. So today it's a slow day because it's the middle of the week. It is hump day. So between 4 and 6 p.m., DJ Golden Wing is going to be playing on, DJ Golden Wing is going to be doing Community Appreciation Wednesday. So tune in for a few hours of great community work, music, poetry, stories, blah, 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 blah. Lots and lots of stuff with Golden Wing. He is not going country this time. Instead, he is doing Community Appreciation Wednesday. Between 6 and 10 p.m., Nilo Cortex is going to be streaming on Twitch. So you can go ahead and watch him. You can follow him in-game and party with him and do whatever. Taunt him on screen. Between 6 and 8 on Avatars Radio, we have DJ Protomat, Squirrel. And while you're listening to Avatars Radio, be sure and watch Nilo Cortex, as well as go over to Braemar and join the Dungeon Challenge Run. This is a no-host event of Chillblain's Compendium of Pain and Suffering. So that is at 7. Then at 8, we have all the DJs playing Hot Potato DJ on Avatars Radio. I have no idea
how they're going to pull this off, but it's going to be interesting to see. You might have to tune in for that one.
Yeah.
I want to know how the DJs are going to slide in, and unless they just pick the songs, tell the DJ on duty.
To start, give me the mic. First DJ plays intro song for the game, does a line recording explaining their answer, plays second song to ask questions of next DJ, passes the mic. That I'm still confused.
I know, it's pretty interesting, but I may have to just tune in and check it out, see what it is they're all doing out there on Avatars Radio.
Now, avatarsradio.info.
Yes, don't forget Avatars Radio. The lovely Mistress of Chaos, Miss Amber Rain, running the first radio station in the game, and we are about to join her on the airwaves, and we're proud to announce that here. Going to be looking forward to joining them here in-game on the airwaves.
And then wrapping up this Wednesday is Laz's favorite event of the week, which is Spin Striker Sparhawks Gold, otherwise known as Striker Sparhawks Happy Hour. Just zone to Striker Sparhawk and go drinking with Striker and enjoy a good time. So it's in some pub somewhere. Too bad it's not in real life.
Now, Casey said there's one event that's not there, and he put it in game. Should I say that out loud, Casey, or you want to tell the good folks about it real quick while we got a minute?
I can tell them about it. We're planning on having PvP battle chess. It's going to be... I know that people say that there's already been live chess with players, but this is going to be actual duels between the player pieces.
Quite interesting. Now, how...
So would my low-level character, because my adventurer level is currently at 26, would I be considered a pawn?
You could be a pawn, but we're going to have rules to kind of try to even things out, as well as we're going to have boxes with predetermined gear for each piece and so forth. If we get only 20 people that'll play, well, they're going to be the main pieces, knights, bishops, rook, king, queen, and then we'll have pieces that are the pawns that the king will move.
Led Zeppelin, ooh, battle chests, not battle chest, battle chess, as in the game. But meanwhile, we are out of time for today, folks. So we're going to go ahead and get out of here and get on with things. We're going to be bringing you more news, sports, entertainment, crazy wild happenings here in Shroud and the Avatar. Tomorrow, live here on Shroud, on Lunch with Laz and Jack.
Yep, and thank you everybody for watching. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for chatting. Sorry we missed you, the mighty Ewok. You were a little late. But yes, thank everybody for watching. Thank you for following. Don't forget, you can always catch us out on YouTube, Twitch, or on nbnn.info. I am Jack, and we are signing off as soon as Laz does his thing.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow, live, release 24. Be there. We'll show you all sorts of great stuff. Thanks for watching, everybody.